What's happening? It's the kid Arthur McMillan. I'm checking in from Knoxville, Tennessee. And when I'm not working on my game, I'm soaking up game with the Power Forward podcast with Lynnwood. So if you're a real hooper, or maybe you can't hoop but you love hoops and you like hoop talk, check them out, man. Subscribe and tune in.
Hey, what's going on? This is Michael Blair. I'm coming into you live, man. Power forward with the power forwards, man. Rail and Wood, man. The hottest podcast coming out soon, man. Guys, great platform, great look, man. It's an honor. It's an honor to be on this platform with you guys, man. Much love. One love.
Yo, the Jazz Kimmer checking in, East Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm always rocking with Power Forward with Rail and Wood. Check it out.
This your girl Jazz Lewis over here at We Working, and I am definitely rocking with the squad, Rail and Wood. Make sure y'all go check them out.
Brandon Lopez, here in beautiful Houston, Texas. You rocking with Power Forward, Rail and Wood.
Welcome back to the highly anticipated Power Forward with your boy Rail and Wood.
Oh man, Wood, it's good to be back again, brother.
It is. Well, as usual.
As usual, man, we don't have nothing but something special, man. We got something real special today, Wood.
A legend.
A legend, man. Our mentor, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Our mentor, somebody that's been real instrumental in both of our lives, giving us good advice, man. Giving us real strong advice, a good role model for us and other young men in the community. When we thought of our podcast, Power Forward, we definitely thought of this man right here because his life definitely represents power and forward, man. But without no further ado, we're going to give you our brother, Mr. Clarence Swearengen.
See.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, man?
Hey, before we even get started, Mr. C, I got to go and ask you, what was your most embarrassing moment on the court?
Most embarrassing moment on the court, man. I don't know, man. I never shot the ball in the wrong basket before, but I did go the wrong way one time. You know, I went the wrong direction, man. That wasn't your basket, but I didn't shoot it in there. But I turned around, man. I've had a lot of moments, man. So yeah, man. I think back over. I had to sit down and think about that one for a while. But I'm sure it's been some that some of my boys can tell me. Oh, you don't remember when you did that?
For sure. For sure.
Always your friends that remind you of the bad times.
Oh man, you know it. Yeah, man. But it's always an honor, man.
So, Mr. C, man, tell everybody where you from, man.
Well, my name is Clarence Swearengen, man. I was born in Chicago, Illinois, raised in Memphis, Tennessee. Raised with four siblings. I had two sisters and one brother and myself. Had strong parents, man. Had a really my life has been pretty good, man. I've been fortunate to have both my mom and my father at home, unlike a lot of our young men that we deal with now. But yeah, man, came up in the hood in Memphis, man. We lived when we moved back from Chicago to Memphis. We moved to this project unit called WDIA Goodwill Village, man, and it was a housing project within our community. But back then, man, it was real community. We had it was really a village, and I was fortunate enough to come out of there, with something good, man, and being a positive model for our kids.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, see, man, you got a long history with sports and basketball and stuff like that, man. How did you get started? When did you start falling in love with it?
Oh man, I've actually, man, baseball was actually my sport, man. I love baseball. I played baseball coming up as a kid, and one of my partners told me, he said, "Man, you're gonna be a hell of a baseball player." He said, "But I think you can be even a better basketball player." So I think it was about in the sixth grade, man, fifth or sixth grade, when I really transitioned from playing a lot of baseball to playing basketball, and I just had that. I guess it was just that natural talent, man, to be able to dribble the basketball, and I had handles. I had some real nice ball handling skills that progressed, and I became better, came faster, came quicker, came stronger, and I was already a tall 6'2", 6'3" point guard. And so with those basketball skills and those quickness, it really helped my game, helped me to become the player that I became as a college player, as a professional athlete. But even as a high school player, man, I was all-state high school, and was fortunate enough to get a scholarship at the University of Tennessee, where I played my college basketball at. So, but yeah, man, it took hard work, hard work every day, putting in them hours, working on those skills.
Man, you definitely had the the basketball blood, because think about it, man. This man said he was born in Chicago and grew up in Memphis.
Yeah.
You couldn't help but be a basketball player, man.
Yeah.
It's some good basketball in both of them places, man.
Both teams.
Hey, see, man, what was the basketball scene like in Memphis when you was coming up in high school? What high school did you pick, and why did you pick it?
Well, we had a choice, man. So when we left Cypress Junior High School, that was at the time when they started busing, blacks to different schools, and so most of my partners that lived in the same neighborhood with me, most of them we had a choice to go to Northside High School, Kingsbury High School, and so I chose Kingsbury because most of my partners went to Northside, and I didn't want to compete. I wanted to go and be the star. I decided to go to Kingsbury High School. And man, when I tell you, growing up in my neighborhood, it was tough, man. You had to have tough skin. You had to have some skills. You had to have some game. You had to have some comeback. You had, we had gangs all around our neighborhood, and it got worse as we got older. But man, our hood was a tough place, but we had a lot of athletes that came out of my neighborhood that was really good, that played college basketball, and so that competition level was definitely was what I needed and what it took to get me where I'm at, where I was today and where I'm at now.
What was your career high, Steve?
My career high, man, was 36. 36 in high school. My career high in college was 25, and my career high when I played ball in Europe was 42.
Oh, man, you got damn.
Yeah, that was that day, man. That thing was just on, man. You couldn't do nothing for you. You couldn't even just sit here and just watch me. I can't stop it because he got the penetration game on and the J on at the same time. It was unstoppable.
So, man, you coming up in high school, when did you realize in high school, like, man, I might take this thing to the next level? Was there a moment or something that happened? Did you have a game or something?
Hey, yeah, man, we did. We was playing Central High School, and so one of my partners who he was my backcourt it was the first game of the year. It was at Jamboree. Found out that he was ineligible to play. He was too old, so he was, I think, turned 17 when guess we were at a certain date or a certain month. But he was ruled ineligible to play. And man, I was so mad, man. I came out that second game against Central High School, and I don't know what it was. I was at the top of the key, and I dribbled back, and man, I took one between the legs and came straight down the middle, man, and yoked that thing, man. I'm talking about when I yoked it, it was full respect from that point on. Every coach, every player, it was just that one moment, and that one moment boosted my confidence level up to the point where I just felt like, man, you can't stop me one-on-one, and I'm gonna lock you up, because that was my specialty. I believe, man, if I tell you ain't gonna touch it, you ain't gonna touch it, and that's the way I played. So anybody know me know that even from defense, even in college, I locked down, man. I locked down. When I said lock down, that means we finna get in your face.
So growing up, who did you idolize? Who did you look up to that was in the NBA?
I like Isaiah Thomas and KJ, man. KJ, Isaiah Thomas was my idol when I came up, because we had similar games. He had that handle. Then I like Kevin Johnson. Our birthdays on the same day. We was born in the same, a year after each other. I was born in 67. He was born in 66. Same day. So I always, my game, and we kind of played. Matter of fact, when you look at KJ's game, you look at my game, our games were very similar. He wasn't a very good shooter. I wasn't a very good shooter coming out of college. But I had the D, and I had the penetration, and I had the skills, to get the ball up and down the floor quick.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's what's up, man.
You're both big guards too.
Yeah, we both big guards. Yeah, we both 6'3", 6'2", 6'2". I was 6'3". And I was a little bit bigger than him. But yeah, man, I love his game. I item my game after him.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So, you know, you had his Knoxville blood. You know, you a young cat in Memphis coming up, and lead us. How do you get to Tennessee, man? How did that recruitment start?
Yeah, that recruitment started, man. I was at when I left Kingsbury High School, I was one of those kids, like I told you earlier, man. I had a whole lot of talent, but I didn't take the grades seriously, and so I ended up having to go to JUCO. I actually signed with Murray State coming out of high school. I found out that I didn't have the grades to go there, so I went to the JUCO route. So I went down to Connor State in Warner, Oklahoma, and man, I had an awesome year. Man, I was a honorable mention All-American in JUCO. Had a really good season. I averaged 21 points my second year there, and just got recruits. Man, recruits was coming all in. I bought it down between Tennessee, Providence, and Alabama. And so went down to Providence, and I had one more visit. Rick Pitino was the coach at that time, and went down to Providence, and man, he had me. Stu Jackson, he was assistant coach who recruited me. And he had me there, man. He told me, he said, man, if you leave here and you don't sign, I'm gonna recruit somebody else. I'm gonna go ahead and sign this other guard. So I said, Coach Pitino, man, I said, I got one more visit. I'm gonna sign with Providence. I just want to go visit the University of Tennessee, and you know, because I'm from there. I'm from Memphis, and you know, I want to give that. I feel like I owe them a visit. And so he said, well, if you go to that visit, you won't. I said, well, I'm going to Tennessee. I'm going on a visit. Next day, he signed another guard. But I went to Tennessee, man, and visited the University of Tennessee, man, and had an awesome time. I really realized, you know what, this is where I should be anyway, because I'm from Memphis. My mom, them, you know, they don't have to come too far to watch me play. And they showed me a lot of love, man. I mean, a lot of love, man. So, you know, and then plus, you know, my family could 5 hours, they can be at a game. They can watch me on TV every weekend. And so I decided to choose University of Tennessee. And I'm glad I did, because it was actually a good move for me later on in life, as of like right now as I speak, because, you know, those connections back then has helped me right now in my current role.
So definitely. So coming up, see, who would you say was your rival? Who would you say every time you played against him, it was a showdown?
That was Chris Jackson, LSU.
Yes, sir.
That was Chris Jackson, LSU. And me and Chris, we good friends. You know, we tight, man. I tell you what, man, I had to give you this quick story. We were playing them at UT, and we chipped that thing off. And I told my coach, I said, I ain't gonna let him touch the ball. The first half, he ain't touched the ball but one time. I denied him the whole time. He had 2 points in the first half. Man, that man came back out in the second half. That man had 32. Hey, when I tell you, man, this, you know, I've never seen a player like could take the ball between his legs and shoot it at the same time. You know, he had such great ball handling skills. He was quick off the one dribble, pop, and you know, and shot up. And by the time you get up off your defensive stand, man, he going back down the other side. You know, he already followed through and running back. That man has some unbelievable skills that we always laugh about. Like, man, yeah, you shut him down in the first half. He had them 2 points, but he came out the second half, had 32. I said, man, we was up by 17. I ain't care then.
Real.
But yeah, Chris Jackson, Vernon Maxwell. I mean, we played against a whole bunch. Vernon Maxwell, Willie Anderson. Man, you had Rex Chapman at Kentucky. You know, whenever we played them teams like that, man, we was up, man. You know, we beat Rex and them at UT on the last second shot by Greg Bell, man. And yeah, man, man, the SEC wasn't no joke back then. That was back when South Carolina was just coming into the league too, and it was they had a lot of talent too. They ended up beating us at home one year, man. But yeah, man. So whenever we played, you know, anybody in the league, man, anybody in the SEC, you pump, man. Especially when you play against Kentucky, Vanderbilt, LSU, you know, those schools, Georgia. Yeah, man.
Who was your coach at UT back then?
Don DeVoe was my coach, man. There, he was he came under the umbrella of Mike Krzyzewski and Bobby Knight. All those boys were at where were they? They were at trying to think of the name of the college that they all started at.
It's a military school, right?
It was a military school, yeah, man. Yeah. West Point.
Yeah.
West Point, good call. Yeah, West Point. They all started West Point together with Bobby Knight and them, man. So yeah, he came under that umbrella of being a defensive coach. So he didn't believe in his point guard like shooting the ball a lot. So he believed your point guard should be a distributor, set the plays up, be a defender, coordinate, run the show. And so I wish I would have had, maybe a Rick Pitino there. Somebody just, hey man, just let me do my thing. We wouldn't be talking on the podcast right now. I'd be donating major money to major money to Lynnwood now. You feel me?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, you feel me? See, man, so during your time, it don't even matter. You can pick college or pro. Who is a teammate that stands out, that kind of brought it every day at practice or got the most out of you?
Man, I had a couple of man, I had a couple of those, man. When we played in college, man, we had this little dude on our team named I can't remember Chris' last name, but he was a walk-on. And man, when I tell you he was a pest, I'm talking about every day. You knew you had to, you weren't gonna be able to just walk him off the floor. He gonna pick you up full court. He gonna turn you. He gonna, make you work every day. It was kids like him, man, that just kind of kept pushing me, didn't let me slack off. And when I went to play ball in Europe, man, I had a guy on our team named Charlie Camprat. He was from Yugoslavia. And when I tell you, man, coming off the screen, pulling up with that joint, man, automatic every time, like you had to D him up, because if you gave him an inch, it was gone. He was dropping that joint off, and it embarrassed you too, because that's all he did every day in practice. 400-500 shots, man, 600 shots. I mean, he was a sniper for real. When I tell you a sniper, he let it go, and but he played hard. Yugoslavians, they don't play no defense,
Right.
but they can play. They can shoot that thing, boy. And when I tell you, man, coming off the screen and getting that shot off as soon as you touch his hand, he just, kind of guys like him that continue to push me, man. And we had some good teams in Germany, man. Kai Neuenberger, they were all Olympians for Germany. He was probably one of the best point guards I ever played with. We played we lost in the championship game my second year in Europe, in Germany. He was a hell of a player, man. He played at Southern Illinois.
Cool. How long were you overseas?
From 1989 to 1997, 1998, yeah, 97, 98.
Oh, okay.
And then I came back to UT, finished up my bachelor's and my master's, and started working on my EDS. Shortly after that, after I decided I was going to stay around here. So then I came back and I coached at the University of Memphis with Tick Price from 99 to 2000, and then from 2001, 2003, I was at Melrose High School as athletic director and head coach, and then from there to the University of Tennessee with Buzz Peterson from 2003 to 2005. And then after we lost our job there, man, I just kind of stayed around here. Went through that storm, man. Went through them dark days. 2005, 2006, man. Got myself caught up in some unnecessary stuff, man. Doing things that I know I shouldn't have been doing, and just got back on the drug scene. Got back out there doing those things that I know I shouldn't have been doing. But I got through that in 2006, man. Got through them dark days. And I was fortunate enough to get hired on at Knox County in 2007 at Austin East. I went to Austin East I was there for 2 years, 7 and 8 and 8 and 9, and then I've been at Vine ever since from 2009.
Definitely a blessing.
Man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. See, man, hats out to you, man, for pushing forward, man. It's amazing to hear some of the places that you done been, man. And you've been blessed.
Yes.
Oh, Absolutely, man, and that's how it all started, man. You know, I tell a lot of my people all the time, man. Like, you know, it takes those dark days to make you appreciate the light, man. Right now, God light is shining, you know, on me, through me, you know, through my works, and that's how real talk. That's how real talk started. You know, which is my mentoring program that we started up in 2009, 2010. At Vine with just 4 kids, and now we are looking at 10 schools right now with over 300 kids in the mentoring program, man. And I started that program because I wanted to empower, encourage, and to enrich young Black men and young Black women to be successful by keeping it realistic, and relational. And so every day during the week, man, we have different guest speakers that come in and talk to these kids. And it is a spiritually based program as well. I need to make sure that I say that because it was God led and it was God driven. And I've had so many people, man, come to me and say, we can't fund it because you got to take the God out of it. I said, man, when you take the God out, you taking real talk away, because that'll never happen. So I don't need your money, because if that's the case, then let me go find people who love God and love doing things like soliciting and love funding programs like Real Talk that's Christian based. So so we, like I said, we have different guest speakers come in every week, talk to the kids. We give them the topic, give them discussion questions, and then we let it be not a monologue but a dialogue about that conversation and about that topic, and have them apply to like real life. Like, this is like real stuff that's going on. So like some of the things that we talk about is self discipline and persevering, and how do you get through how do you get through them dark days, how do you get through them tough times when things aren't going your way, and we apply that stuff to real life, because you're going to have those same scenarios in your life. You're going to have some times where you and your teacher not going to get along, you and your boss not going to get along. So how do you get through them days? How do and what does God's word say about it? And so how can you apply God's word to that situation and make it right?
Yeah. Definitely got a powerful. It's definitely big, man. And I'm not sure why that's not at more schools already.
Yeah, and it is. That's my goal. My goal is, to eventually have enough funds in my program to be able to say, you know what, I want to, dedicate my full time to this, and lead a school system. I got 17 years in right now, so I'm looking at maybe 20 years, man. I can say, you know what, I might have enough to live on and do what I need to do. Then I'll push my program out to every school. And man, we're doing it right now. We're doing it via Zoom, via Microsoft Teams. It's all virtual right now. And I can't wait to have our first virtual meeting where we can see all 10 schools and have the kids in, man. And it's gonna be really, really powerful, man.
Yeah, it's definitely big time. But I gotta hear a Buzz Peterson story about Jordan.
About oh man, he was of course they were roommates, man, and so they were roommates in college, and he said that was probably one of the most competitive people that he ever seen. He said Mike would bet, I bet you I can shoot this ball in the can 20 times straight. And Buzz be like, all right, bet. So he was like shoot, man. He was real structured. He was real like competitive, man. He was probably one of the most competitive persons that I've ever seen in sports, man. He kind of after him and Kobe and Westbrook, them some assassins, man. And I tell people all the time, like, them dudes right there, they go at your head every day, all day, full speed, and you don't see that. I can't say LeBron James and Kevin Durant, like, I can't say they're them type of guys to me, because when you get somebody like Kobe, if Kobe come down and score on you 5 times in a row, he ain't looking to pass it 6 times. He looking, I'm finna score 6 times, I'm finna go 6 more times. Jordan was the same way, like, I'm finna try to break your neck. Well, I look at LeBron game, LeBron come down, he might shoot the ball 4 times, make 4 buckets in a row. The next time he gonna come down, try to do a dime or a pass. No, man, when you own like that, that's the difference between assassin and just an all-star or a star to me.
Show, man. Man, one thing, man, that I really admire, man, is this man's heart, Lynnwood. I get the privilege of working with him side by side every day at Vine. and he never amazes me how he finds a way to give to people on a daily basis, man. On a daily basis, I see it on a daily basis, man. And that could be our students, or it could be co-workers, or you know, parents or whatever, man. So see, I just wanted to tell you, man, thank you for being that kind of example for us, man.
And see, it's funny you say that, Jay, because man, me and Mr. C went to church together for a while, and man, I had started going to like another one, and I ain't see him for a while. So he came up to me one day. I saw him at the store. He's like, "Hey man, I ain't seen you in church in a while. You been good? How's your family?" And I was like, "Man, me and Mr. C had never like had a conversation or anything, but he saw me at the store and was like, he knew me." I was like, "Man, that's crazy because we had never like really talked anything." So from that day forward, I was like, "Man, I appreciate Mr. C." So now I'm calling Mr. C, checking on Mr. C. Got to.
That's love, man. That's love. That's a true story too, man. That's a true story, man. But you know, like you were saying earlier, Coach, you know, it's you know, it goes back to leadership, man. You know, I just felt like as a leader, man, that's our job. You know, our job is to you know, to show love, man. Just love and compassion and realness, and you know, and just you know, lead by example. And sometimes, you know, being a leader requires you to be a listener, you know. And so I had to learn that, man. I learned, like, you know what, I just need to, man. You know, you just learn so much from people when you just listen. Sometimes that's how I treat the kids, you know. And I tell our teachers, you know, sometimes you just got to listen to what they're talking about before you make a decision on whether or not to put them out the room, whether or not you don't like them, because you never know what the person's situation is. And so I just try to keep a good heart, man. I feel like the pure heart makes it to heaven, and that's where I want to be at.
Sure.
Real talk.
Sure. So see, man, you know, this is you know, this is kind of historic times, or times that will go down in history. A lot of different things going on in our country. You know, you're a father, you're a black man, you're a father. Speak on what have you had to talk to your son?
Oh man, absolutely, man. Every day, man. You know, our conversation didn't start during the pandemic. Our conversation started since he was a kid. You know, the Bible tells us to train a kid in the way that he should be, and when he grow older, he should not depart. So we've always had, you know, godly conversations. We always had, you know, we always tried to be godly examples of, you know, how you should be as a man, and how you should be as a parent, and how you should be as a father. You know, and I tell them, like, you know, like I tell them every day, you treat people the way you want to be treated, man. You treat people with love, kindness, respect, and then you don't have to worry about dealing with the other outside things. Because when you're confronted with issues that may come your way, when you keep those principles in your thought process and in your conversation, you won't have no problem. And so I talked to my son about, you know, racism, and what I told him, racism is more so it's not a weight. It's a you know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's you know, it was embedded in you, man. Because, you know, as a kid, when every kid is born into this world, they don't know nothing about, you know, black, white. They don't know nothing about he's racist, or they don't know nothing about he don't like me. They all love. You see a little baby that don't even know you. She just smiling at you because she don't understand it. So that's stuff that's been embedded in people in heads. And I try to tell my son all the time, man, when you live in the ways of God, when you live in His ways, I promise you, you won't have those issues. You won't see that, you know. But if you get yourself caught up, social media, you get yourself caught on all this stuff, you know, listening to what he said and she said, then that's when you get yourself labeled, man. So we just talk Christ in our house, man. We don't, you know, we talk Christ and try to just get him to be responsible, clean up your doggone room, wash the dishes, fold your clothes, all those little small intangibles, man, that, you know, you need to be a good
And word is, man. Word is, this is what I'm hearing. That he got a better jump shot than you.
Oh,
that's what they say.
I heard that too, Jay.
That's true. You know, hey, so let me explain that, because that can be explained too. when I was coming up as a kid, I wish I would have had a dad like, you know, like he got right now. Somebody, you know, go to the gym and tell me we're going to shoot 500 shots a day. We're going to shoot, you know, 150 off the dribble to the left, 150 off the dribble to the right, some step backs. We're going to do that. Get in the gym. Hey, if I would have had that coming up, we wouldn't be having this podcast right now. We'd be talking about some more stuff right now, man. But yeah, that dude shot is getting better, man. You know, right now, you know, he's playing football, so he's a little rusty, but yeah, man, he's gonna be a good kid, man. He's gonna be a good player, man. Yeah, I think he has a chance if he continues to work hard. I wish Lynnwood was at Webb so that we can, you know, press and let him and get him tough. You know, talk bad to him. Yeah, he needs that. He needs that.
Hey, the thing I love about Cam, man, he is a great player, but man, an even better student, an even better person, man. That's the one thing I have always loved about Cam.
Ain't no doubt, man. Well, we push academics. You know, we both of us, my wife and I, both college graduates, man, and so we understand the importance of education, and so that comes before athletics. You know, and he knows that he better not come in here with a B. You know what I'm saying? We tell him, you know, dude, no, B's, we'll do a B in math. All right, I got you, because I know, you know, that's a tough subject, but he loved math, man. He make A's. He'll get a B in some geography or something like that, or some stuff that he don't like, you know, but math and science, dude, he on point. Yeah, he's straight. He honor roll student since he been in school, man, and we're proud of him because of that too, for sure.
That's definitely big.
For sure. So Wood, man, another thing that you probably don't know is, hey man, this man is a chef. I call him he a master chef. He's a food critic. He know all the good food places, man. So Steve, man.
Hey Jay, one thing you don't know is I done already talked to Mr. C about making us some ribs.
Yeah, he know the ribs. He already know. He know the ribs, baby.
So see,
I told him I'd invited Wood over to the house a couple of times. Hey man, come on over, Wood.
For sure.
Yeah,
so,
man, I love to cook, man.
So see, man, I know you love to cook. But you've been here in Knoxville for a while. The best place for barbecue here in Knoxville, if you had to go out and get it.
Hey. Ooh, wee. That's ugly. Real talk, man.
We'll go to your house.
So the best barbecue is at your house, Mr. C.
Best barbecue at my house, man. So one day, I bring the wives over, the kids over here, and I don't want nobody to bite their finger off, because I ain't got no insurance.
Now, Mr. C, did you ever have Sarge's ribs? It was on Western.
I did. Sarge was my dude, man. Back when we was coming up, oh yeah.
Oh.
Now Sarge, back in the day, when Sarge was around, now yeah, we used to go to Sarge and get, you know, he used to bring us stuff over to the gym. You know, he used to cook for the basketball team. Yeah, man, Sarge was my dude, man. Yeah, man. Love that man.
Yeah, man. When I was a little boy, he go on in there and get your bone.
Yes, sir.
I run to the kitchen and get two.
Yeah, man. No doubt. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's what I do, man. I came in today, man. Got me a pot roast on. Got me some mixed greens. It's going down tomorrow after I get off the golf course.
For sure. So see, man, you know, you kind of, you know, you done made Knoxville your home, and you kind of spoke to it earlier. But now, you know, years later, and now you look back over your lifespan. What has the University of Tennessee and its people meant to you?
Oh man, it meant the world, man. Because you know, a lot of universities, when you finish playing, you know, your career there, it's like, you know, you done. You know, they don't care nothing about you, man. But the University of Tennessee has embraced me, man. Even after I played, you know, I still stay in contact with all the coaches. I still go over there and watch the boys practice. You know, I still, you know, and they'll take care of you. They you know, we go to the games. You know, we get gear. I mean, it's just like they do a lot, man. Then they pay for my masters, man. You know, a lot of universities, after a certain amount of years that you leave, you know, they came back and paid for my bachelor's and my master's degree, and you know, part of my EDS, man. And they just, you know, they have been a true friend, a true partnership, and the relationship that I have with the University of Tennessee and the athletic department is awesome. You know, Coach Foreman was assistant coach there when I was there. Now he's the athletic director. You know, he's running things. You know, man, you had so many Cutcliffe. You know, he was assistant coach. Now he's a coach at Duke. You know, you got all those guys that came up when we were there that are doing powerful things, man. And we still stay in contact with each other social media wise. I still, you know, shoot an email, shoot a text every once in a while. And just, man, it's a great family, man. You know, it's the family that you know, we're not where the North Carolinas at and the Dukes, you know, but I think Tennessee athletics is getting back to, you know, to that point real close. Coach Barnes has now got the football and basketball team successful. Football is, you know, up on the #1 recruiting. You know, they're doing some great things. So I think success brings about, you know, unity in regards to like former players and alumnus.
Yeah.
For sure, man. So Wood, man, piece of advice this man gave me, and I'm pretty sure you could use it too. We're on our championship run, my second year at Vine, but I am worrying about everything under the sun. He pulled me to the side. He said, Coach, you worrying about this, you worrying about that. You know what all that stuff is, man? Those are distractions, man. You need to worry about one thing and one thing only. You worrying about the ref, you worrying about this, you worrying about that. You need to worry about one thing, man. But I thought back on that, man. He kind of made me channel all my energy and my focus, kind of refocus, man. And it was at a pivotal moment too.
Yeah.
So it was a big moment for me.
Man.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, because that's what distractions do, man. Distractions will take you off the you know, the goal, man. Your goal was your players, you know. And I tell our teachers all the time, you know, stop on this little behavior stuff to distract you from what you need to be doing. You ain't worry about the behavior. See, you care, folks saying in the stands. Don't worry about what's going on with the ref. Coach your team, and when you did that, that's what got us that ring, baby.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. Hey, you know, man. I don't think you know this, Jay, but man, Mr. C called me after we won the championship and congratulated me, man. I thought that was big.
He did what?
Yeah, he called and congratulated me, man.
I'm just playing. Nah. Hey, for sure, man. For sure. But we were happy for you though, man. If it couldn't be us, it better been you.
Hey, man. I'm
happy. What?
Yeah, man. But see, man, it's been a blessing to have you on Power Forward tonight, man. We appreciate you kicking it with us, man, and sharing your story to the town, man. Make sure you keep inspiring young men like myself and Wood for sure. You know what I mean?
Man, absolutely, man. That's my duty, baby. That's my duty, man. And y'all keep making me proud, man. Keep going out here, impacting lives and being leaders in our buildings for our kids, man, and for our boys and for our girls, man. So I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate that opportunity, man, to share my story and you know, have a chance to kick it on the rail in the wood. You know what I'm saying? Power forward, baby.
Hey,
definitely appreciate you, man.
Definitely appreciate you, man. Wood, just like that, man. It's been another great one, baby.
A great one, baby.
Man, we signing off. Power Forward, y'all.
Yo.